Welcome back to Tonight on Breaking. It's only 4 weeks onto the 2023 general elections and CBN Governor Emefiele is back in office. On Monday last week, the CBN released a statement saying the CBN Governor has resumed office after leaving the country in December of last year. As you know, there have been speculations in the media that the CBN Governor has been out of the country hiding from the SSS, who were investigating several allegations against him, which included corruption and terrorism financing. In December last month, Premium Times reported that SSS secretly sought a court order to arrest Mr. Emefiele, but the Federal High Court, Abuja, rejected the SSS request for lack of sufficient evidence. There have also been reports in the media that the SSS arrested the CBN governor, but the SSS have come out to say those reports are fake and misleading. So where did our CBN governor go when he was away from the office? Apparently, he was just on a vacation in the United Kingdom for his annual leave. But while he was away, inflation dropped for the first time in 11 months. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria's food inflation rate dropped in December from 21.47% to 21.34%. That means if you bought 1 kg of rice for 500 Naira and 80 kobo in November, you were able to buy it in December for about 500 Naira and 20 kobo. The remaining 60 kobo you can use to pay bank charges. Is it a coincidence that inflation dropped when the CBN governor was away? Maybe, but let him leave again so that we can test that theory very well. In other CBN-related news, earlier this week, CBN launched a cash swap program across the local government areas in Nigeria to help facilitate the circulation of the new Naira. As you all know, the deadline for the use of the old Naira notes is on 31st January. That's on Tuesday. We are all supposed to be using only the new Naira notes starting 1st February. But the new Naira notes have not been circulating as expected, and many ATMs around the country are still dispensing the old Naira. Also, very remote communities like those in the riverine areas and in the northeast do not have access to banks and ATMs, so they are not able to exchange their old Naira for the new ones. In response to this, CBN is sending their own staff along with super agents to literally take bags of new Naira to communities and swap them for old Naira. In fact, Emefiele is so serious about this that he's sending his own staff to some really interesting places to do this cash swap.
Our staff and agents, how they are doing cash swap in our communities. In areas like Baga, right? Monguno, Ran on the Lake Chad River basins, in Gala, Banki, Kirawa, Ngoshe, on the borders of Cameroon, Gwoza, Bama, Chibok, Damboa, Izge, Lassa, Askira, and Polka. All these are areas around the Sambisa. Our agents and our staff are all there.
Chibok, Sambisa. I mean, they are not saving lives or anything, just to exchange old Naira for new ones. This man is not playing. So for those of you who are asking them to change the deadline for the expiration of the old Naira, this is what he has to say to you.
Fortunately, I don't have good news for those who feel that we should shift the deadline. My apologies.
Okay, so we all know that the deadline will be extended. But let's at least appreciate the length that this man is willing to go out to put this new Naira notes in the hands of Nigerians. I mean, he's taking bags of money to Sambisa. Remind me again, which Nigerians are in Sambisa? In other news, the federal government has fixed a date for the national population census. This is the first national census since 2007, and it will be held from March 29th to April 1st, 2023. Field agents from March 29 will visit different households across the country to collect data using high-end technology that cannot be tampered with. The chairman of the National Population Commission, Nasir Issa Kwara, promised that this census is going to be different from past census, with no room for any manipulation. March 29 to April 1st. 5 days to conduct a census across the whole country. Guys, we had 90 days to literally print new money and distribute it and retrieve old money. And we still haven't done it. Yet we will miraculously start and finish our census in 5 days. Maybe after this census, we'll find out we have 50 million extra people all hiding in Sambisa, waiting to exchange their old Naira for new Naira. Moving on, earlier this week, the Federal Inland Revenue Service, aka the FIRS, announced that it collected over 10 trillion Naira in tax revenue in 2022. making it the highest tax collection ever recorded in its history. As you all know, the FIRS is the agency responsible for assessing, collecting, and accounting for tax and other revenues. According to the FIRS, non-oil taxes contributed 59% of the total collection in the year, while oil tax collection stood at 41% of the total collection. FIRS also attributed the high tax collection to strategic reforms made between 2020 to 2022 to collect tax. Guys, something is not adding up. The budget for 2023 says that the government plans to generate 9.7 trillion. And if you look at the breakdown of where this money is coming from, it doesn't include money from FIRS. So assuming that FIRS is able to generate at least 10 trillion naira in 2023, then the government should be able to generate almost 20 trillion naira in 2023. And the total expenditure for 2023 is going to be 20.5 trillion. So technically, the government should be able to cover its expenditure 100% from internally generated revenue. So tell me why again we are borrowing to fund the government? Where's all the money from FIRS going to? Why is it not included in the government's estimated revenue? Last but not least, an update to the Edo train kidnapping. Remember 2 weeks ago, we reported that a train station in Uguben, Edo State was attacked by terrorists and 20 passengers were abducted. According to the Edo State Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Nehikari, 7 suspects have been arrested, including 2 village chiefs, and the remaining victims have all been rescued. The suspects, all male, conspired to kidnap the victims with the expectation of getting 20 million naira from their relatives as ransom. That's all for tonight on Breaking. I'm John Iwodi. It's only 4 weeks left to the election. Do you know where your polling unit is? If you don't know, you can search for it on INEC's website. We'll put the link down below in our episode description. Thank you.